As we navigate the journey of life, particularly in our later years, we often find ourselves reflecting on what truly holds significance. Have you ever paused to consider what really matters after reaching the age of 69, 80, or even 90? With each passing year, societal expectations and personal fears can cloud our understanding of fulfillment, leading us to cling to habits, relationships, and possessions that no longer serve our happiness. Yet, there is profound wisdom in embracing the freedom that comes from letting go and rediscovering the essence of our true selves. In this video, we will delve into 10 pivotal aspects of life that lose their meaning as we age, shedding light on the transformative power of self-acceptance and intentional living. By recognizing what we can release from our lives, we open the door to a lighter, more joyful existence, one that prioritizes peace and authenticity over outdated obligations and societal pressures. So, if you find yourself yearning for a deeper connection with your true desires and a life filled with purpose, you're in the right place. Join us on this enlightening journey as we explore the 10 things you can let go of to embrace a more meaningful life. If you enjoy this content, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an inspiring video. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue sharing valuable insights for living your best life. Let's embark on this exploration together. 1. The fear of change. Change is often met with trepidation, especially as we grow older. The fear of change can manifest in various ways: fear of the unknown, fear of failure, or even fear of how others might perceive our new choices. This fear can feel especially confining after 69, as society tends to portray aging as a time for settling into familiar routines rather than embracing new beginnings. However, it's crucial to recognize that the potential for reinvention remains as vibrant as ever, no matter our age. Imagine a vibrant 72-year-old named Margaret, who always dreamed of traveling the world but felt trapped by the familiar confines of her home. After years of feeling stagnant, Margaret decided to confront her fears head-on. With each small step, researching destinations, booking a flight and packing her bags, she felt the weight of her anxieties lift. It wasn't easy. Self-doubt often whispered that she was too old to embark on such adventures. Yet, with every new experience, from savouring exotic cuisines to forming friendships with fellow travellers, she discovered the joy that comes with stepping outside one's comfort zone. Embracing change is not about abandoning your past. It's about acknowledging that every chapter of life has something new to offer. The fear that holds us back can be transformed into a catalyst for growth, igniting a spark of curiosity that enriches our later years. As we allow ourselves the freedom to evolve, we find that the opportunities for joy and fulfillment are boundless. So, let go of the fear that restricts you and embrace the adventure of change. It may very well be the key to unlocking a more vibrant and meaningful life in your golden years. 2. Toxic relationships. As we journey through life, the relationships we cultivate can significantly impact our emotional and mental well-being. In our later years, it becomes increasingly essential to surround ourselves with positivity and support. Yet many of us find ourselves clinging to toxic relationships out of habit or a sense of obligation. After 69, it's crucial to recognize that our time is precious, and we deserve to invest it in relationships that uplift and inspire us. Consider the story of Harold, an 80-year-old who spent decades nurturing a friendship with a colleague who constantly criticized his choices and decisions. Initially, Harold believed that loyalty was a virtue, holding on to the friendship despite the negativity that surrounded it. However, as he began to reflect on the impact this relationship had on his life, he realized it was draining rather than enriching. With courage, Harold made the difficult decision to distance himself from this toxic friendship. As he let go of the emotional weight, he discovered newfound freedom and joy. This shift opened the door to meaningful connections with people who truly appreciated him for who he was. Friends who shared his passions and brought laughter into his life. It's vital to assess the relationships we maintain. Are they contributing to our happiness, or do they leave us feeling depleted? By setting boundaries and prioritizing connections that nourish our spirit, we create space for joy and fulfillment. Letting go of toxic relationships is not an act of selfishness. Rather, it is a profound form of self-love. Embrace the opportunity to cultivate a circle of positivity in your life, where you can thrive and enjoy the richness of authentic companionship. Your well-being deserves it. Third, letting go of material possessions. As we age, the accumulation of material possessions can often weigh heavily on our spirits. Many of us hold on to items out of nostalgia, guilt, or the belief that we might need them someday. However, these possessions can transform into emotional burdens, cluttering not only our living spaces, but also our minds. After the age of 69, it becomes increasingly important to recognize that true fulfillment does not lie in the things we own, but rather in the experiences we create and the relationships we nurture. Take the example of Helen, a 75-year-old woman who once filled her home with trinkets collected over the years, souvenirs from vacations, inherited items, and gifts from family. Each piece carried a memory, yet they had begun to feel like chains, constraining her from embracing a more meaningful life. After struggling with the clutter for years, Helen decided to take action. With the support of her children, she embarked on a journey of decluttering, carefully evaluating what truly brought her joy. As she let go of items that no longer resonated with her, Helen experienced a remarkable transformation. Her home began to feel lighter, filled with open spaces and fresh energy. With each box she packed for donation, she felt a sense of liberation, freeing herself from the past and making room for new experiences. This process allowed her to focus on what genuinely mattered, spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, and embracing the beauty of simplicity. By releasing material possessions that no longer serve us, we not only create physical space, but also emotional clarity. Letting go allows us to savor the present moment, enriching our lives with unfiltered joy and a renewed appreciation for the things that truly matter. Embrace this journey of decluttering and discover the freedom that comes with living a life unburdened by excess. 4. Comparing yourself to others. In a world filled with social media and constant external influences, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. This habit can be particularly pervasive in our later years, as we often find ourselves measuring our lives against the accomplishments and appearances of friends, family, and public figures. After the age of 69, this comparison can become not just unhelpful, but detrimental, stripping away our sense of self-worth and joy. Imagine George, an 82-year-old man who, after retiring, began to feel discontented as he scrolled through photos of his peers traveling the world or pursuing new hobbies. He couldn't shake the feeling that he was falling behind, despite having lived a rich and fulfilling life. The more he compared himself to others, the more he felt inadequate, overlooking the beauty of his own journey and the wisdom he had gained over the years. However, one day, George attended a community gathering where stories of personal growth and resilience were shared. He listened to others recount their struggles, failures, and triumphs, and suddenly realized that every life is unique and filled with its own narrative. This epiphany prompted him to shift his perspective. Instead of measuring his worth against others, George began to celebrate his own achievements, however small, and to reflect on the lessons learned along the way. Letting go of the urge to compare ourselves to others liberates us to fully embrace our unique paths. Each person's journey is a mosaic of experiences that shapes who they are, filled with both triumphs and tribulations. As we learn to appreciate our own stories, we cultivate a deeper sense of self-acceptance and gratitude, allowing happiness to flourish in the understanding that our value is not contingent upon anyone else's success. Remember, you are the author of your own life story, and it's time to celebrate every chapter. 5. The need for perfection. In a society that often idolizes youth and flawlessness, the pressure to maintain a perfect image can weigh heavily, especially as we age. For many seniors, the relentless pursuit of perfection can lead to anxiety, dissatisfaction, and a distorted sense of self-worth. After the age of 69, it becomes crucial to recognize that true beauty lies not in the pursuit of perfection, but in the acceptance of our authentic selves, imperfections and all. Consider the story of Linda, a 74-year-old woman who spent much of her life striving to meet societal standards of beauty and success. Throughout her younger years, she was constantly preoccupied with her appearance, spending countless hours in front of the mirror and worrying about how she measured up to others. As time passed, Linda found herself exhausted, feeling as though she was living a life dictated by unrealistic expectations. One day, while reflecting on her journey, Linda realized that her worth was never tied to her appearance. She began to embrace her natural self, celebrating her wrinkles as badges of wisdom and her changing body as a testament to a life fully lived. Instead of striving for perfection, Linda focused on nurturing her health and well-being, finding joy in simple pleasures like gardening, spending time with loved ones, and expressing herself through art. By letting go of the need for perfection, we can foster a deeper appreciation for the beauty of life's imperfections. Each wrinkle tells a story, each scar is a testament to resilience, and every flaw adds to the unique tapestry of who we are. As we embrace our authentic selves, we cultivate a sense of peace and contentment that transcends the superficial ideals imposed by society. In this acceptance, we find a true beauty that shines from within, allowing us to live fully and joyfully in our golden years. 6. Fear of judgment. As we grow older, the fear of judgment can loom large, often holding us back from expressing our true selves and pursuing our passions. This fear can manifest in various forms: worrying about how others perceive our choices, second-guessing our actions, or hesitating to try new things due to concerns about criticism. However, this preoccupation with others' opinions can be particularly detrimental in our later years, where the time to embrace joy and fulfillment is more precious than ever. Take the example of Robert, an 81-year-old man who always dreamed of taking up painting. He had a passion for art that had been tucked away for decades, overshadowed by his concern that his work wouldn't be good enough or that friends might mock his efforts. This fear kept him from exploring his creativity, leading to a sense of regret and unfulfillment. One day, while attending a local art exhibit, Robert found inspiration in the diverse expressions of creativity on display. He saw artists of all ages, each embracing their unique style without fear of judgment. This experience sparked a revelation within him. he realized that the joy of creating art far outweighed the opinions of others. With newfound courage, Robert purchased some paints and canvases and began to explore his artistic side. To his surprise, he found that painting became a source of immense joy and relaxation, freeing him from the constraints of societal expectations. He learned to create for himself rather than for validation, and in doing so, discovered a vibrant new chapter in his life. Letting go of the fear of judgment empowers us to live authentically and embrace our passions without reservation. Life is too short to live in the shadows of others' opinions. By prioritizing our desires and interests, we honor ourselves and create a space for joy and fulfillment that can inspire those around us. Remember, your happiness should never be contingent upon the approval of others. 7. Living by others' expectations. As we age, many of us find ourselves grappling with the expectations imposed by family, friends, and society. For decades, we may have shaped our lives to fit the mold of what others deem acceptable or admirable. However, after the age of 69, it becomes increasingly clear that living by others' expectations can stifle our true selves and hinder our pursuit of genuine happiness. The time has come to break free from these constraints and embrace a life that aligns with our own values and desires. Consider the story of Eleanor, a 78-year-old woman who spent her life adhering to the expectations set by her family. Growing up, she was told that success meant pursuing a certain career path and achieving specific milestones. Despite her dreams of becoming a writer, Eleanor chose a more conventional route in order to please her parents and secure their approval. However, as the years passed, she felt unfulfilled and trapped in a life that didn't resonate with her true passions. One day, during a reflective moment, Eleanor decided she could no longer ignore her longing to write. She began to carve out time each week to express her thoughts and stories on paper, gradually building the confidence to share her work with others. Through this process, she discovered the joy of living for herself, rather than for the expectations of others. Breaking free from the weight of external expectations allowed Eleanor to reclaim her identity and passion. She learned that true fulfillment comes from honoring her own desires and values, rather than conforming to a predefined notion of success. Embracing your authentic self means prioritizing what truly matters to you. It's never too late to redefine your path and pursue the dreams that have been tucked away. Remember, life is not about meeting others' standards. It's about creating a narrative that is uniquely yours, filled with purpose and joy. 8. Holding onto regrets. Regret is a powerful emotion that can linger long after the moments have passed. For many seniors, the weight of past decisions, missed opportunities, and unfulfilled dreams can feel particularly burdensome. As we reach our 70s, 80s, and beyond, it becomes essential to confront these regrets, as clinging to them can prevent us from fully embracing the present and enjoying the life that remains. Consider the story of Margaret, a 76-year-old woman who spent years dwelling on her decision to forego a college education to support her family. She often found herself replaying that choice in her mind, wondering how different her life might have been had she pursued her dreams. This fixation on her past decisions created a cloud of sadness that overshadowed her ability to appreciate her current life. One day, during a heartfelt conversation with a close friend, Margaret was encouraged to reflect on her life from a different perspective. Instead of focusing solely on what she had lost, she began to recognize the richness of her experiences and the lessons learned along the way. Margaret realized that her choice had not only allowed her to raise a beautiful family, but had also equipped her with a wealth of practical knowledge and skills that she had taken for granted. This shift in mindset empowered Margaret to let go of her regrets. By acknowledging her past without judgment, she could appreciate the unique path her life had taken. With renewed clarity, she began to engage in activities she had always dreamed of, such as volunteering and mentoring young people. Letting go of regrets is an act of self-compassion. It allows us to reclaim our power and find joy in the present moment. Remember, your past does not define your future. It is merely a chapter in your life story. Embrace the beauty of now and open your heart to new possibilities, knowing that each day offers a fresh opportunity to create lasting memories and find fulfillment. 9. Obsessing over health and longevity. In our later years, health and longevity often become focal points of concern. While it is essential to prioritize our well-being, obsessing over every detail can lead to anxiety and detract from the joy of living. For many seniors, the relentless pursuit of perfect health can become an overwhelming preoccupation, overshadowing the simple pleasures that life has to offer. Take the case of Frank, an 80-year-old man who dedicated countless hours each week to researching the latest health trends and adhering to strict diets. While his intentions were noble, Frank found himself consumed by numbers, calorie counts, exercise routines, and health markers, leading him to feel as though he was living in a constant state of vigilance. His days were filled with stress over what to eat, how much to exercise, and whether he was doing enough to ensure a long life. One afternoon, while enjoying a casual lunch with friends, Frank experienced a moment of clarity. As he watched his companions share laughter and stories, he realized that his obsession with health had distanced him from the very connections that brought him joy. That day, he made a conscious decision to shift his focus from obsessive health monitoring to embracing a balanced lifestyle that prioritized enjoyment as well as well-being. Frank began to incorporate more social activities into his routine, such as joining a local dance class and participating in community events. He learned that laughter, connection, and a positive outlook were just as vital to his health as any diet or exercise plan. While caring for our health is essential, it's important to remember that true longevity is not solely about extending life. It's about enhancing the quality of our experiences. Embrace a holistic approach that honors both physical well-being and the joy of living fully. Life is to be enjoyed, and finding a balance allows us to cultivate both happiness and health in our golden years. 10. The pursuit of happiness. As we navigate the later stages of life, the pursuit of happiness often takes center stage. Yet many seniors find themselves chasing fleeting moments of joy, believing that happiness lies in external achievements or material possessions. After 69, it's crucial to recognize that true happiness is not a destination to be reached, but a state of being that can be cultivated from within. Consider the story of Alice, a 77-year-old woman who spent much of her life striving for perfection, whether it was in her career, relationships, or personal accomplishments. For years, she equated happiness with external validation, chasing after accolades and material success. However, as she entered her 70s, Alice began to feel an emptiness that accolades could not fill. One day, while reflecting in her garden, Alice experienced a profound moment of realization. She observed the simple beauty of her surroundings, the vibrant colors of blooming flowers and the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze. In that moment, she understood that true happiness comes from appreciating the little things, from savoring everyday moments rather than striving for unattainable ideals. Inspired by this epiphany, Alice began to shift her focus from external pursuits to internal fulfillment. She started practicing mindfulness, dedicating time to reflect on her experiences, express gratitude, and engage in activities that brought her genuine joy, such as painting and spending time with family and friends. By embracing this new approach, Alice discovered a profound sense of peace and contentment. Happiness blossomed not from achievements, but from connections, creativity, and gratitude for the present moment. In your own life, remember that happiness is a choice, a mindset that allows you to find joy in the ordinary and celebrate the beauty of simply being. Embrace the freedom to prioritize what brings you joy, knowing that true fulfillment resides within you. By cultivating a positive outlook and focusing on the richness of everyday life, you can unlock a deeper, more lasting sense of happiness in your golden years. As we conclude our exploration of what truly matters after the age of 69, it's clear that embracing this stage of life involves more than simply growing older. It requires a conscious choice to shed what no longer serves us and to cultivate a life filled with meaning and joy. Throughout this journey, we have discussed the significance of overcoming the fear of change, letting go of toxic relationships, and releasing the burdens of material possessions. Each of these lessons invites us to reflect on our lives and encourages us to prioritize our happiness and well-being. By confronting the fear of judgment and breaking free from the expectations of others, we empower ourselves to live authentically and pursue our passions without hesitation. Letting go of regrets allows us to embrace the present fully, reminding us that every moment is an opportunity for growth and connection. Moreover, while it is essential to care for our health, we must also remember that true longevity is enriched by the joy we cultivate in our daily lives. Ultimately, the pursuit of happiness is an inner journey. It is about shifting our focus from external validations to internal fulfillment, appreciating the beauty of everyday moments, and cherishing the connections that nourish our souls. As you continue on your path, I encourage you to embrace the wisdom that comes with age and to honor the unique journey you have traveled. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of life's deeper meanings. If you found this content valuable, please consider subscribing to our channel and sharing it with others who may benefit from these insights. Together, let's continue to foster a community that celebrates life, wisdom, and the profound joy that comes with living authentically. Remember, your happiness is not just a goal, it's a way of life waiting to be embraced.